Hello, everyone. It's Dom with the Green Dot Report. Today, we're going to dive into the Steelers' Week 2 preseason matchup with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, what we're looking to see out of the game, and who we think could win or lose themselves a spot on the 53-man roster.
The Pittsburgh Steelers will be hosting the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on August 16th at 7 p.m. at Acrisure Stadium. Player participation this week will look a lot like last week against the Jaguars, where many starters and key players are held out.
Yeah, they're going to be without Aaron Rodgers, DK Metcalf, Jalen Warren, Pat Freiermuth, Jonnu Smith, Isaac Seumalo, Cameron Heyward, Patrick Queen, Alex Highsmith, TJ Watt, Jalen Ramsey, Darius Slay, JPJ, and Deshaun Elliott, including anybody else who got injured throughout the week or training camp.
Yeah, I think Calvin Austin's still considered day-to-day from my knowledge. I'm guessing that we're not going to see him out there.
I agree.
Is there anything specific you're looking out for this game?
I think for me, it's kind of all the same stuff that we went into training camp wondering. Job solidification with the rookies, or at least Derek Harmon. He didn't put too much great stuff on tape last week. He had more snaps in that game than I thought he did, so I'll be looking to see how he does. I'll be looking to see if Broderick Jones continues this uphill trajectory that he's been on, according to the reporters at camp.
Yep.
He looked good last game too. That Roman Wilson and his connection with any quarterback, more so his connection with the playbook. Yeah. So I'll be looking to see how Roman does. And the last thing for me is Caleb Johnson. Going back over that tape last week, I was unimpressed.
Yeah. So. Yeah, there wasn't much of a spark for Caleb Johnson last week. Hopefully during tomorrow's game he can, get something going for the run game. I also think Roman Wilson's route running and stuff did look pretty crisp last game. I'm hoping that he takes another step forward to solidify his wide receiver 2, wide receiver 3 place on the Steelers roster. I know there's been a lot of rumors for the Steelers shopping around for a wide receiver, saying that they're going to get one within the next 10 or so days. What are your thoughts on that?
Let's do it. If you're going to do it, let's do it. Training camp's over. We're going to the second preseason game. There's only 3 now. I think it's, you got so many new pieces on this team. Let's at this point, with how close we are getting to the season, I think it's just time to go into the season with what you have and then evaluate from there.
Yeah.
More so towards the trade deadline.
Now, do you think they can change their mind if Roman Wilson does step up or take another step forward this game like he did last game? Do you think that might quiet down the trade rumors, or not trade rumors, but the
noise?
Yes.
I think that'll quiet down the fans more so than anything. I think the Steelers have. I don't think they have the questions everybody else does. They want to go into the season and use their 3 tight ends and showcase them, and whatever they need to do after that, is more back burner stuff. So I think that it's weird to say it like this, but I think for this team, second receiver is kind of more of the better they are, the more of a luxury it is, because I just don't think it's quite going to be as relied upon as we've been used to seeing over the last, decade.
Yeah. I think with all the
this tight end group is crazy.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, is with all the talent that we have at tight end, I think a lot of the number 2 wide receiver stuff, I don't think we need anybody crazy. I think that Roman Wilson and Calvin Austin can fit right in. I don't think that we'll be missing it per se.
Yeah. Oh, with all that being said, with all that being said, though, going out with your 3 tight ends, that relies so heavily on, 2 things. You got to have a quarterback that can run a play action, and they have probably the best ever at that. And you have to have a run game.
Yeah.
And, you can't come out with a 3 tight end set and think you're going to be able to trick them and pass out of that if you have no run game. You know what I mean? It's just not going to work. And so I think that's why everybody's kind of freaking out a little bit about Caleb Johnson's debut. But, come on, it's so early. The blocking was spotty at times after the first team got out of there.
Yeah. I think that the biggest downfall from Caleb Johnson last week was his ability to not catch the football.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
he didn't break any big runs, but I think he didn't play a full game. I mean, there's going to be times where you just don't break any big runs, but I think the worst part was that he didn't catch passes.
The ball. Yeah. The big runs, they'll come because I think he does have the speed for that. I mean, at least after he gets up to speed. I think for me, it's more so, he looked lost at times, not running out on the route. And, when Mason got sacked after holding the ball for 10 seconds. And then, does run out on the route, can't catch the ball. They're hesitant. He looked hesitant to hit the hole, which he didn't look like that at all at Iowa. So, I'm very interested. I'm not overreacting and thinking that this is going to, be Najee 2.0, like some people are saying. It's too early for that for me, but it's absolutely something that I'm going to be keeping a close eye on and really watching for.
I think he was playing very reactionary instead of instinctively.
Yeah.
And I think if he gets playing instinctively this week, we'll see a big improvement from last week to this week. What about Broderick Jones? What does he have to show you this week for you to feel comfortable? Well,
comfortable, that's going to be tough. But I just want to see. So he had a shaky start at the beginning of camp. Everybody was ready to bury him and get rid of him, understandably, after last year. But I guess once the pads came on and he's actually been going against people, I guess that he's been looking better. It's hard now because we're getting no video. The reporters can't report on anything coming out of training camp with all the NFL rules. But the hints coming out on X are that he's looking much better. So I just want the positive practice notes that we've been seeing to come out and show in game. His footwork's been better. His hands have been better. He hasn't been coming off the line slow with his hands at his waist like he was last year. He's had punch. I want to see that stuff.
Yeah, I think
he has so much raw talent coming out of Georgia. That was the thing. He had like 12 starts or 17 starts his whole career there. It's raw talent. But if you can just start seeing some of the mechanics and the things that these coaches drill you or on in training camp, if you can start to see those shine through, I want to see that.
Yeah. I think he did take a huge step forward for me in the first preseason game, or maybe not a step forward, but from all the noise and all the talk about how he was doing so bad during training camp, to see him go out and actually block. And I mean, he was blocking starters in the beginning of the game. I know they pulled their starters rather quickly.
He had a couple reps against Josh Allen.
Yeah. And I thought he handled himself very well in that first preseason game. So I'm looking for him to build on that. Is there anybody now? The defense is kind of hard to analyze in this preseason game with so many starters being out on defense. But I know you mentioned Derek Harmon. What about Jack Sawyer? What are you looking for from him? I know he did get a couple pressures last preseason game. I'm looking for him to cash in this game.
Yeah, I want to see him continue to grow, but he's one of the guys for me. He's so far down the list that it is exciting to have him, and he was a captain for their national championship run, and we all got to see that. And that's great, but I mean, he's the fourth outside linebacker, and
we have a lot of depth there.
He could go out this game and probably have 12 sacks, and he's going to come in next week and be the fourth outside linebacker. So
agreed.
I want to see him continue to grow. He's going to look like he belongs. He's a huge kid. He's
very fast for his size.
Yeah, everybody's saying he's a sponge. He's, following TJ around, so that's good. For me, it's from watching the tape. This was a battle that I didn't quite catch during the game, but you can tell it was going on. It was Brandon Eccles and Beanie Bishop. They were both flying around, hitting people, makeup showing all their skills, and they're fighting each other for a job, I think.
One thing that I felt was kind of odd after that first preseason game, it seemed like a lot of people were split on Beanie. Some saying he was doing very well, and some saying that he did terrible, and that it was Eccles that clearly did better that game. And for me, I mean, Beanie did make mistakes. We saw him get beat a couple times, but the one thing that I really liked with Beanie was he was making tackles as soon as somebody caught the ball. As soon as a wide receiver caught the ball, he was on him, making the tackle.
Yeah.
And when he did get beat, we didn't give up anything because he battled back and got back into position. I mean, if the ball would have been a perfectly thrown ball, it probably would have been caught. But, I mean, you can argue that you can be in perfect position and still give up a catch.
Yeah. Yeah, he got beat off the line, and then, I mean, what do you want a guy to do after that? Recover. Yeah. And he did. And he did a great job recovering and made a play on the ball. So, I mean, I think that's a lot of people talking with a bias, you know, who they want to see. And the reality for those two guys, where they fall on a depth chart is these last two games matter a lot for them. So the guys that it really matters for is the guys that I want to see. And I think those two guys are a perfect example of that because it matters for them. One of them very easily might be off of this roster in 2 weeks. And whichever one makes it is going to be playing week 1. They're going to be in that lineup at some point during the game. So it's not like they're battling for a 4th-string position. They're battling to play. So it's an interesting battle.
Mm-hmm. So you think that one of them's going to start? Or are you talking more special teams?
I wouldn't say start. No, I'm not saying special teams. They were on there's no base defense anymore. There's nickel, dime. So I'm not saying he's going to start, but he's going to be on the field and in the game plan that week 1 when we run 4 corners and 5 corners. I mean, Eccles or Beanie is going to be out there. Mm-hmm. And special teams is definitely a part of it. I'm not very familiar with Eccles' special teams history.
No, I'm not either.
Yeah, that's another thing we can pay attention to for sure.
I don't believe Beanie Bishop plays much special teams, as far as I know.
No, so, and man, that would really help his case.
Yeah, I mean, I want to say a lot of it's going to come down to who's more useful, because I feel they're pretty evenly matched in their skill set, and I mean, I really liked Beanie last year, but I think it's
Eccles is
come down
more experienced.
Yeah, definitely.
That's it. Who do you want to see win that battle?
I would like to see Beanie. I would like to see Beanie again. I mean, I think we saw it last year with him just coming up with so many interceptions, just being, they say the ball finds great people, and we see that with TJ all the time. I mean, he's always causing havoc, and somehow the ball always ends up around him. And we saw that a little bit with Beanie last year. I think he could be special. He just needs more time to grow. He was an undrafted guy.
Yeah, but that ball finding him and the way he plays, that didn't come out of nowhere. He was doing that at West Virginia.
Yep.
At all size. It's all size. But I mean, I'm a huge Beanie fan, so
yeah, he is on the smaller side for sure. So
yeah, but he doesn't play like it.
Exactly, he plays like a big
man.
And
I mean, Brandon Eccles has a half inch on him, so
yeah. There's not too much of a size difference. Is there any other running backs that are in the race?
I mean, I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I mean, to make the team, Trey Sermon, I think he's got to at least be on your practice squad.
Yeah, I think he would be the closest running, because I mean, I'm assuming that we're going to keep Warren, Johnson, and Gainwell.
Yeah.
And then Trey Sermon would be the next man up for me, I would say. What I've seen so far.
Yeah, he had an impressive first preseason game, very physical. No, he's, I guess I would say he's looking for a spot on the practice squad. Yeah, I don't see them keeping 4 because the 3 that they have are just, one's a high draft pick and the other 2 are established, good third down running backs.
And I think we're probably going to keep more tight ends. So, like, I mean, if we were only keeping 3 tight ends, then it would be a possibility to keep 4 running backs. But I just don't see a need for it.
Yeah, but I don't know what they're doing in the running back room. I don't know what their plan is going in. I've heard a lot of noise that Kenny Gainwell is looking like the number one third down back.
Yeah.
And that, I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah.
Jaylen Warren is so good at blocking wise. He's the best in the league. At third down running back blocking, he's the best. And I mean, he's not a bad pass catcher either. He's a first down machine.
Mm-hmm.
But
explosive.
Yeah, we'll see.
He has all the tools to be the best.
Hell, he might be starting if Johnson doesn't pick it up.
Yeah, I would like to see Gainwell be more of a like a gadget player, like Cordero Patterson, lining up everywhere. He does have that skill set, I would say, to line up in the slot or wherever you need him. And then I would like to see Caleb Johnson and Warren take the carries for the most part, and Warren being the third down back.
Yep.
But that all depends on Caleb Johnson, how he looks and how he progresses throughout the preseason. So, Dom, let me ask you a question. How do you feel about the player participation between the Steelers and the Buccaneers? I know the Steelers are sitting, I would say, like 90% of their starters, especially on defense. Just about everybody's sitting. And the Buccaneers are playing everybody besides Baker Mayfield, Mike Evans, and Levante David.
Yeah. Two very different approaches going into a preseason game.
Mm-hmm.
It's always a conversation. I lean more towards keeping them healthy. I think that's the most important thing. The most important thing going into the season or a playoff run or anything is how healthy are you?
Yeah.
And I think that this can just bring up so many unnecessary. You got a guy, if you put Aaron Rodgers back there and he lines up against somebody that got drafted and is trying to make a team, one guy's going, Aaron Rodgers is going 40%, and that guy's going 120. I just don't like the environment that it puts some of these veteran players in, and so I'm 100% with sitting them.
Yeah.
But it does excite me that, sorry to cut you off, it does excite me that guys like Roman Wilson and Caleb Johnson and basically everybody on this offensive line gets to see number one guys. That's huge for young guys, and this team needs it with all the new pieces.
I know you said something, I believe on one of our other videos, about how much does a series actually help them anyway.
Yeah,
and I think that's a good point. Like, I mean, we can play Aaron Rodgers, we could play whoever, but is it really going to help them in the long run? I mean, it's not like we're the Bengals and we get off to slow starts every year.
Yeah. The risk outweighs the reward. It's too much for me. Like, you get in there for a series and go ahead.
Another thing is the Steelers have a more physical training camp than, I'm not going to say than every team, but than a lot of teams.
That's a great point. I haven't heard anybody say that, and it's not a lot of teams. It's every team. He's the only one that it literally gets every hour in pads that he's legally allowed to get out of his players.
Yeah.
So I never thought about that. That's a great point. Yeah, if you have such a physical training camp, I mean, that's already a risk that you're putting on your guys, but it's a risk in a more controlled environment. It's your practice, it's your players and your plays and your environment. Much different than a preseason game. Yeah, that's a good point.
I just know a lot of players have, especially this year, a lot of players have said that they haven't been a part of a physical training camp like this in a long time.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers not being a part of tackling in training camp for 14 years or whatever he said. So, I mean, I think that's another thing to look at, is just how physical training camp is here, and why risk injuring veterans that you know what you have, and why not give fringe players or people that are trying to make the team or younger players opportunity to grow.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I think that the Steelers do it the way that I would lean towards, giving younger and less experienced players more experience to grow.
Yeah.
And to get better, to see what you have, because I mean, you never know. You can find a diamond in the rough here and there.
Yeah, that first preseason game, who's it more valuable to? Aaron Rodgers going out for a series, or what Skylar Thompson did? It's for those guys.
Exactly.
It's a good point.
Nobody would have thought that Skylar Thompson's throwing 3 touchdown passes.
No, I saw a couple. I saw a couple of hilarious videos about Dolphins fans reacting to that. Oh man, it's great. I can relate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it seems like anytime the Steelers get rid of a player, he kills it wherever he goes. So
yeah, or at least against us. Yeah.
Well, that'll do it for the Pittsburgh Steelers versus Tampa Bay Buccaneers preview. We will see you again after the game for our reactions. Peace.